Wake up, Jacob. It's me, IP. And if you are feeling the vibe, like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to smash that notification bell. I'm just going to get in with this because I actually like to do pre recorded, but my current setup won't let me really do it. But so I want to go ahead and give you guys this information. I was looking at this article, and believe it or not, it's in the Guardian, right? It's in the Guardian, and it's actually talking about the local gangs, enforcing a curfew, which is okay. It's on one hand, it's kind of odd because here we're in America, and then on the other hand, not so much. Because if you understand, in Central and South America, sometimes you have corrupt governments, and yes, I know people say, yeah, America has corrupt governments, but anyway, you have corrupt governments in those places where organized crime really, takes over, or they are in charge in some areas. So I just find it comical that some governments won't take the necessary precautions to prevent the spread of this pandemic, but the gangs are just taking it more serious than the governments, which I find almost comical. But let's look at what some of this article is. Let's see if we can get through it because it's kind of a lengthy argument, but article. But I want to see. It says Brazil gangs impose strict curfews to slow coronavirus spread. Right. So that's what it says. Strict curfews to slow the spread. It's kind of weird, but it's over here in the Guardian, and let's see what we got. It says in some of the bullet points, it says drug traffickers in Rio Favales. Favales, I don't speak Spanish, but I'm doing my best. Order residents to stay home. Fears grow over impact of virus on poorest Brazilians. And let's see what the article says. It said drug traffickers in one of Rio's de Janeiro's best known favelas have imposed a coronavirus curfew amid growing fears over the impact the virus could have on some of Brazil's poorest citizens. In recent days, a Brazil's coronavirus death toll has climbed to 46. Gang members have been circulating in the it's in Spanish, but it's translated "City of God," right? So I don't, I'm not very good. I might butcher it, so I'm just gonna say it's "City of God" in English. Favela in Western Rio ordering residents to remain indoors after 8 p.m. Last weekend, the low-income community made famous by Fernando Morales' 2002 blockbuster of the same name became the first such area to record a case of coronavirus. And in an apparent attempt to prevent further infections, the Red Command gang leaders who control the favela have ordered residents to stay at home. A video apparently recorded in the City of God circulated on social media this week showing a loudspeaker broadcasting the alert. Anyone found messing or walking around outside will be punished. The traffickers are doing this because the government is absent. The authorities are blind to us, one resident told The Guardian. Okay. So they don't see us. They don't care about what's going on with us. A report in the Rio newspaper, Extra, said gang members with loud hailers were moving around the city of God, telling its 40,000 residents, "We are imposing a curfew because nobody is taking coronavirus seriously. It's best to stay at home and chill. The message has been given." Okay, City of God gangsters are now the only outlaws attacking coronavirus in Rio densely population favelas, which are home to about two of the city's 7 million residences. In Morro dos Prazeres, gang members have told residents only circulate in groups of two, while in Rocinha, one of Latin America's biggest favelas, traffickers have also decreed a curfew. Quote, the gangsters have said that after 8:30 p.m., everybody must stay indoors, and if they don't, there will be reprisals, said a street hawker who lives there. "I'm staying at home, filled with fear and smothered in hand sanitizer," the man joked. In Santa Marta, a favela that sits in the shadow of Rio Christ the Redeemer statue, traffickers have been handing out soap and have placed signs near a public water fountain at the community entrance that says, "Please wash your hands before entering the favela." Guys, oh my goodness. Okay, This is drug traffickers and gang members enforcing a curfew, and oh my goodness, the drug traffickers, the criminals, are doing more than the local government. The criminals are doing more than their government. I- The traffickers are out there having people wash your hands and stay in the house. You can't make it up, man. You can't make this up. Quote, I think they wrote this for the addicts who come here to buy drugs so they don't bring the virus in, one local said. But it won't work. People who live right up at the top of the hilltop favela sometimes go 2 weeks without running water. If people aren't even able to feed themselves, how are they supposed to stay clean? Meanwhile, in some sections of the Complexo da Mare, a sprawling favela near Rio's International Airport, traffickers have told shops and churches to reduce their operating hours. The traffickers are saying this. Wow. Only the bakery stays open until later, until 11 p.m., said one mother who lives in Parque. I cannot say these Spanish names. I'm sorry. Onio. I don't know. Because if I say it wrong, then I'll be saying some curse word or something. I have no idea. One of 16 communities that make up the Complexo. Nobody wants to go outside, first of all, for fear of coronavirus, and now because of this order. In another of the Complexos communities, Nova Halada, evangelical prayer sessions are now taking place outside the church. We sing our songs of praise to God from the windows of our homes at prearranged times, one resident says. Other favelas in which curfews have been imposed include Pueblo Zinjo in Copacabana and Cantagola in Vidigal, further along the beach past the upper class neighborhoods of Leblon. I don't know how to say these words. You're going to have to bear with me. Okay, Edmund Rouge, a Rio-based editor for the Rio on Watch news site, covers for Favela, said the imposition of curfews in some areas spoke to the Brazilian state land-standing neglect of such areas, which often lack even basic sanitation. Whoa, basic sanitation. But it isn't the majority of the favelas, and it's not coordinated. It is sporadic things around the city. It's the exception to the rule. The rule being that civil society is really stepping up right now because they know that the state is not going to do it for them. Okay, so we see, what's going on. So let me look and see what you guys are talking about real quick. All right. Let's see. Do a quick little roll call. See what you guys are talking about. All right. Evan Davis, shalom, shalom. Kimberly Wells, shalom, sister. Ebony says, I thought the Brazilian government was corrupt and have local ties with the criminal element in the city. Well, yeah, I mentioned that before I really got started. It's just a different, it's different from here. It got corrupt government and things like that. I was talking about that in the beginning of the video. That's low key. The criminals bring in illegal revenue into the city, which the government runs off of. And he said, and the local police officers, they are corrupt. Okay, our entire government is corrupt in a whole. Okay, yeah, both of you guys. Yeah, it's what I said as soon as I opened up the video. I know you guys weren't on yet, but I said as soon as I open up the video, I know once I read this, um, you're gonna say, hey, well, it's a corrupt government over there. Then someone's gonna say it's a corrupt government over here and stuff. It's just funny how the criminals are doing more, to help with this whole, pandemic. Uh, so I just thought that was kind of funny there. But the criminals are enforcing this to try to keep everybody safe, I guess. And I'm not trying to say these are good guys or anything like that, but I find it pretty funny though. So shalom, shalom, brother Stockton. Shalom, shalom. Continuing on with the article, it says favelas activists have been scrambling very effectively to respond to the impending coronavirus crisis with donation and awareness campaigns across Brazil. Rouge, or Ruge, said pointing to projects such as COVID-19 nas favelas. It has been really impressive. The question is whether or not it is going to be enough. Okay. Okay, so it just says right there that we that was the end of that part. It goes on, and it goes to another article that follows, and it's talking about America facing an epic choice, and I think so. So again, what we are learning right now is how different countries, handle certain situations. We got to understand. You're talking about Germany, Italy, France, China. You're talking about a lot of different, countries out there, and they handle things a little bit different, and they're going to do that is because, you know, some countries, is a democratic republic like ours, or some, are works on like parliaments and have prime ministers and things like that. Some of them are communistic countries like, China and things like that. So it's ran different. So the channels are different. So they're going to handle things differently, and they're going to handle things or execute orders at different speeds because it's just different. Um, and then, obviously in those, we're talking about Brazil, South America and stuff. Um, there's a lot more open corruption. That way, let me just say it like that because, you got people who are like, well, America's corrupt. Okay, I understand. I get it. I understand. And I'm not passing a judgment on Brazil or these other countries. It is what it is. I'll just say that there's more open corruption, right? I mean, a police officer, you can bribe them. They'll take a bribe, and and it's just more of a common thing. Does it happen in America? Of course it does. Okay. At the end of the day, the world's made up of humans. Okay, that's really what it is. The world's made up of humans. But anyway, our governmental structure is different. Okay, we have different branches of government, and like I said, this is like a democratic republic. So it's just going to not run exactly the same. So we won't respond the same. So I believe that the numbers in America will go up, um, because we're used to certain freedoms and liberties, and I think it's going to spread longer. I think we're in for the long. We got to be ready for the long haul. I don't think this is going to be over anytime soon. I understand that the president wants everything to get back to normal and try to force the issue, but you can't force the issue. You can't force the issue. There's no vaccine just yet, but there will be one, which raises another question: are you going to take one? Are you going to take the vaccine? But yeah, it doesn't matter what the president says. Oh, I want everything to be back normal and everything to be business as usual. It's not gonna happen anytime soon. You cannot rush the process. You cannot rush science. You can't rush it. It is what it is. This thing will run its course. Okay, and it's really really hard to find a cure for something that continues to mutate. It's really hard. Okay, not saying it's impossible, but it's elusive. Okay, that makes it very very elusive. So you got to go and you got to look at that. So you got to keep looking at that, and we'll get back to it soon enough. We'll get back to some sense of normalcy soon enough, and I'll be happy for that. I can get a lot more done. But that's what we're working on. Okay, that's what we're working on. We will get that done, and we'll go from there. Um, but let me see some of the stuff that you guys are saying real quick. All right, where's the chat? There's the chat. Watch some old NFL games. Yep, yep, yep. Understand that. Okay. All right. Shalom, shalom, one and all. But let me see. Let me get. Let's see what this other part of this article. I didn't read it previously, but let me just see what it's talking about. So in the coming year, the results will define the country for a generation. These are perilous times. Over the last 3 years, much of what the Guardian holds dear has been threatened: democracy, civility, truth. This U.S. administration is establishing new norms of behavior: anger and cruelty, disfigure public discourse, and lying in commonplace. Truth is being chased away. But with your help, continue. Okay, there you go. I see what you're saying. All right, so this is just probably a call. Oh, okay, okay, okay. It's just a guardian. Okay, so yeah, we are facing some it's some interesting times. Okay, there's some interesting times. I don't want to panic you guys or anything like that, but we are definitely facing some interesting times. So the thing, when it does come down, um, when it does come down, and when I say it, I mean the vaccine. So you guys tell me, because you have to decide, because it'll come around eventually. Are you taking a vaccine? That's the question. Are you taking a vaccine? So like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and please hit that notification bell so you will get the notification. And I'm gonna see you guys on the next one. I appreciate you guys joining me. I'm gonna see y'all on the next one.